Which sign makes the statement true? Half or 1 over 2 blank 50%. Now again we're dealing with greater than, less than and equal to, and we have discussed when to use which before, but we are going to discuss it again. Now before we move on to that discussion, there's one thing that we need to do to be able to solve this particular question. We can never compare two unlike things, which is what is happening in this question. We have a fraction and the other value that is given to us is a percentage. We can never ever compare two unlike things. Comparison can only be done between two similar things. So let's just first change the fraction into a percentage so that it's easier for us to work through the solution. So it's half, which can also be written down as 0.5. Now I have a decimal that I will have to convert into a percentage so that I can compare it with 50%. And in order to do that, I will have to multiply it by cent. Does that ring a bell? We have already covered multiplication and division of decimals and converting them into percentages and vice versa. So let's get on to it. I hope you remember that cent means 100, and whenever we are converting a decimal number into a percentage, we are required to multiply the two numbers so that we get rid of this decimal point. And when we do that, what's going to happen is that the decimal point is going to move towards the right, and since there are two zeros, it's going to move two places towards the right, which means right here. So 5 and something in between, and then we have this decimal point, which means we can do with not writing it. Now this place right here, which is blank at the moment, we are going to add a 0 as a placeholder here. So what that gives us is 50%. Now coming back to the question, if I write down half as a percentage, we have 50%, and on the other side of the blank we have 50% as well. Which of the two is greater? Obviously neither of them. Both of them are equal, so half is equal to 50%. Simple, right?